an event to happen because you want to snag somebody.
Yeah.
We don't do that. When we live by that heart space, we will have all that we ever want in our life. It may include prosperity in finances, and it may not. It may include prosperity in richness of the lives that we have around us. That, to me, is the greater gift. You know, the prosperity, we just learn to share more of it. Amen. This is Pride Month all over the world. A time when GLBT, gay, lesbian, bi, transsexual, intersexual, pushing, and all you wonderful friends and family of us funny people. You know, some have great big festivals. I mean, New York, San Francisco, they're huge. In Montana, we all go to one place, but I want you to remember the person that's out on a farm that can't be out celebrating his own ability or her own ability to be a person of God. A person of God. We got to remember those that for whatever reasons, the closet door seems too big and too deep. Even though most of us know everybody's already got the idea, we just built the door, you know. But I do want to remember those that do have those at home. So I'm at home trying to put this all together, and he goes, oh, you better do 2 sermons, Jeannie, that's a lot of stuff. I said, no, and I've got another piece. I'm here to tell you that God doesn't give me very much wisdom. I get it one day and use it the next. You know, that's the way it works. I know y'all think I'm wise, but hey, God just plops it there, and the next day I go, oh, I'm supposed to use this one, I know. I had the Sundance channel on, and it's called Iconoclast. And it says, a person who attacks cherished beliefs or institution. 2, a person who destroys images used in religious worship, especially one belonging to a movement opposing such images in the Byzantine Church during the 8th and 9th centuries. So they have this thing called Iconoclast, and they matched up Maya Angelou, so I knew I watched it. It was hard because Psycho 2 was on the other one. I hate to miss that. I ain't right. And she's with a man that's named Dave Chappelle. He's a comedian. And they paired the two of them together to show how comedy and poetry can be partners and can be important in building and talking about our society. Whether it's humor or poet, it kind of calls us to task. And both of those people do that. It's going to air on Monday at 4 a.m., but I ain't going to be up for it. But if you want to see it, 4 a.m. on Sundance. So during this interview, she just pulls out of herself, and she said, you know, I was called to do a cameo appearance in a movie. And so I was in the trailer that they gave me, and she said, I came outside, and there stood Diet Coke and T-Mobile. I had to go look them up. Hip-hop rappers. And you can tell black, African-American, and you know what's coming out of their mouth? Here comes the woman almost 80 years hearing them words. And one had the other one up against the wall, and they were in a fight. And she said, can I talk to you? Well, they're so busy having their beef between each other, they're just cussing. She said, I hear it. Could I talk to you? And they're still carrying on. Finally, she says, can I talk to you? I really want to put my spirit in this place. So they hushed up. And she says, do you know how important you are? Do you know how important you are to me? Your people came over in ships, in the bottom of a ship, laying in urine and feces and menstrual flow, to come to this land because you're so important. Well, she didn't have to tell me any more than that. I was crying, and I guess, you know, Mr. T-Mobile and Mr. Diet Coke were crying too. You know why I cried is because I hope you know how important you are. Not only to me, but to God. How important you are. You know, we have some ancestors, and I'm going to tell you, I have the close of this sermon's got some neat stuff in it. I want to read you just a couple people that are in our culture that have done great things. When Ruth Ellis died in Michigan not long ago, at the age of 101, character among the elderly and the gay community in Detroit. She should have been more famous. 101. She was the oldest known lesbian in America. But it was not the fact that it was not that fact because she was a homosexual that made her special. It was the fact that she let it be known.
Yeah.
I saw her on TV and I thought, we really got to do something about our community. She says, I could never figure out why when we had a party and they bought the bottle, why they thought they had to drink the whole bottle. It wouldn't be long and you'd hear them chairs rolling over, them women are at each other's throat. And I thought this was new behavior. Still happens today. Harry Hay, who got the idea that homosexuals should organize for civil rights at the election year party of gay men in Los Angeles in 1948, is now 88 years old.
Wow.
Phyllis Lyon and Dale Martin, who organized the first enduring organization for lesbians, are nearing 80 years old. One's crossed at this current date. They still have a little house in San Francisco where they held meetings 45 years ago. Dr. Franklin Kameny, the intellectual line of the movement, the first to insist that homosexuals were not abnormal or mentally ill. The first petition for employment rights in federal court, and the first to make the legal claim that homosexuals were a minority, like African Americans, equally deserving of civil rights. He's 75. Wow. We always want to give all our grace to those that just love God, and it doesn't matter to them if we might have a little different calling in our life. So, thank you to those of you that come as couples and have loved us as we are, for who we are. I wanted somehow to put in a place, I talked to Irene about, taking pieces of paper and making this long-running thing all the way around the sanctuary that has people who have crossed, that were gay or lesbian, what they did. And then when we got up to the current age, doing our own story, and when I imaged that, I thought, geez, it'd be nice to have something visual. And so I did. I found one on YouTube. And Rick's going to do this this honoring of people who brought a lot of good things in a world that was hostile. And then, Reen looks at me and says, Jean, you can't leave everybody there. You're going to kick us into do an offering afterwards. Be kind of sad. So I called Jerry and I asked him if he'd sing a song. So after the clip, Jerry's going to close the sermon out, and I'm not supposed to know something, so I better just get out of the way.